Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Propagandacast Shadowverse episode. Today's video and deck, Midrange Forest. I've sort of been talking about that in my recent Shadowlog rotation report. And, well, this is sort of one version. I sort of took a version already posted by a chap named Mikasa. Good win rate. Slightly modified a bit. Has Paula in it, the original one. I popped in Fairy Whisper because, well, it just works over a lot better, I feel. You know, supplies fairies for Insect Lord, Rain, Elf Song, which I popped in because, again, Life's a Midrange deck in particular to play aggressive, which not all of them do. Plus, again, it works with Fairy Driver, Cassiopeia, Venus. Like, it all works out, but most of the sort of core in these sort of midrange decks is Jungle Warden, 3 of them, Crystalia Aaron, Venus, Cassiopeia. They sort of form that sort of mid-range core, if you will. The rest of the decks will be similar to Wood of Brambles. You can't get around Wood of Brambles or Magical Fairy Lilac either. Star Elf is just great because it draws you Wood of Brambles, and that basically means you have goes from having 3 chances of drawing Wood of Brambles to 6 chances, which is pretty solid. In fact, it's amazing. I actually ran a tempo deck back in Chronogenesis that ran Star Elf just to increase my chances of drawing Wood of Brambles. So, I mean, it's a pretty flexible, pretty strong deck, so we'll see how it performs, of course, but I'm pretty confident it'll do quite well since it can deal with a lot of threats. And again, thanks to Elf Song and also Fairy Driver, it does have the ability to be quite explosive, and somehow it doesn't finish off. You've basically got Jungle Warden, who's one of the game's kind of, strongest finishers, with his ability to summon another one, give both of them Storm, at which point you got 8-10 worth of stats with Ward and Storm. That's a finisher that tends to knock out a lot of other finishers, by the way. So, let's have a look at it, shall we? And here we go! And, less than stellar hand, maybe? We'll see. Yeah. Up against Runecroft, which could be Earthright, it could be some kind of spell boost deck, could be the neutrals. There's several versions of essentially could be going on. The question is, we won't of course know until we know. At least they got something resembling a Covenant. Got 2, 3, and 4. That's a start. That is a start. You with me first. Mysteria. Ooh, that's sort of a different deck in a sense. That's one we have to put on pressure because the deck basically just wants to sort of begin building up a lot of spells and then burn you down. It's not quite directly burn room, though some mix it together. But it is something you gotta keep an eye out for. So. I'm on the defensive already. Not super amazing. And it runs that too. On the other hand, you can't easily trigger it, but I'm just gonna play this. Magical Fairy Lilac has the amazing ability, it destroys anything with its first attack. It loses the ability afterwards, but it's pretty great for just taking out a 6/6 like that. It is pretty great. Yeah, he's some kind of burn room anyways that's trying to sneak in the Mysterio effects. Then we play down Wood of Brambles, a fairy, and then we evolve Rain. This also sets up for slightly making Levi a bit more awkward since you can't just clear everything in one go. Which is definitely something, at least I like. Obviously he doesn't, but we're not quite keen on doing things his way. In fact, we can... Oh, Golem Assault. Interesting. So he's more of a mid-range deck, I guess you would say. Interesting. Well, I'm going to play down the Crystalia Aaron. Heals me up. I'm going to save an evaluation point and just deal 6 damage. Certainly begs the question what exactly he's planning. I'm also kind of hoping I could pull something a bit more useful and clearing out the board soon. But he's got 3 golems in hand, they all cost 1. That's something worth keeping in mind as well. Okay, I'm increasingly not clear what he's playing at, though. It seems to be a mix of Mysteria, Rune, and I don't know what. Fantastic. There we go again. Well, this is where the fashionista and her demon's dress comes in handy. Like, she has a lot of utility normally. Most of the time you want to play her for the angel's dress, but in these situations having the demon's dress, it just, you know, renders something very killable is nice. And off to Portal, which means I really want Wood of Brambles, since that tends to lock down most of their plays. So, I was hoping to basically look for either Wood of Brambles or Starry Elf, which draws Wood of Brambles, and so far I'm not really pulling any of them, which is less than good. I mean, I essentially have a reasonable chance of having it on turn 4 at least, but there we go. There we go. I don't think I want to use the elf song. I mean, I could use to create a bunch of fairies, but they'll tell them, hey, I got fairies like that, and I'm not talking on that, I think. But still, not the most stellar hand here, in some ways. We'll see how we can make things go. Pass along. But Wood of Bramble should be helpful in just sort of helping disrupt any artifact plays. Oh, nothing to do about that. Nothing to do about that. No. And he can't trade a puppet into that. He has to trade something evolved into it. So that has its advantages. That has its advantages. So he's got at least 2 artifacts in hand, thanks to that little move. Cannot trade into that. He can't trade any artifacts into it anyways. We preserve the Harvest Festival for some other turn. We can do some bigger plays, so we can actually be guaranteed to draw a card from it without necessarily clogging up the board until then. Plus, it's extra fodder for Cassiopeia, who's going to really clear out the board at any point in time. Alright, he's going to sacrifice a puppet and an evolve on that. That's interesting. He's going to hit me in the face for 6. Interesting move. Just going to catch up by that. Let me see where it goes from there. He's got a handful of artifacts, and of course just expended money with bringing them up, but... Yeah, well, let's see what we get here. Oh, we got Wood of Brambles, that's a good start. I gotta slightly empty out my hand first. So there we go. Draw another wood. That was in fact our last Wood of Brambles. And if you have to draw anything that allows me to recycle them, which is less good. Hardly the end of the world either, at least for now. So that one triggers before the clash. Interesting. Interesting. He's got me down to 10. I've yet to be able to do any serious damage to him. Right, everything. Interesting. He's really worried. And he's willing to spend his last evolution point just on that. I'm certainly not going to disappoint him. I am certainly not going to disappoint him. We go, down to 19. Keep pushing forwards, fairy men. No, ladies. Ah. Magna Legacy. But he can't get through that. Just can't. Now then. Can I destroy that? With a bit of luck, maybe. And even then only sort of... maybe. Looking statistically unlikely though. Unfortunately. Also gotta use my hand, I guess. I'm gonna burn a card most likely. We'll see what he has next turn though. Hopefully he doesn't have another Magna Legacy. He did. What is it with him and always having that one actually? What is it with him and always having it? Well, not the most important card to burn. And I just begin smacking hard while hoping I draw into my next set of Jungle Wardens, or he doesn't kill both of them and gets something to bounce one back with. Ooh, he's going heavily into all defense mode there. We got Fairy Driver, but can't quite finish it off yet. Sadly. Well, we're getting close. If we can just remove the ward, I suppose. And he doesn't do anything wildly amazing. So that's Magna Legacy gone. Puppets away. Interesting enough, he's yet to draw his Deus Ex Machina. That he doesn't actually have it in the deck, which would be really interesting. Really interesting if he didn't actually have it at all. Alright. Deal 6 damage. Draw a card. Airborne Barrage. Nice, but a bit late here. Right now I basically just want another Jungle Warden to finish this off with. Ah. This is starting to look a bit worrisome again. Very worrisome. Would have been nice to be able to bounce it back, but at least he's expending most of his hand on this. Ah, he had another one. He had another Acceleration, the bleeder. Well, I can afford to clog up the board a bit because I can can just bounce one on the back if I have to. But right now I just need to draw a lot of cards very fast. There we go, Jungle Warden. The card I was looking for. The key to victory. Men with monkeys. Go forth, mighty monkey men, and bring terror down upon their heads. Though I gotta pen them now because otherwise I got nothing to. Maybe. There we go. Please, no storm finish. Phew. Victory. Luckcraft. Nothing on that one. The best chance of a decent opening curve. So there we go. Is that true drop? We got elf songs in theory. If we just get some fairies, I can sort of pull ahead. Preferably not another elf song though. Preferably. Okay, nothing there. Could be neutral. Could still be aggro in theory. Guess we find out. I kind of hope he plays Baphomet. I can just put a Bramble's Rain and just get a free trade. Eee. Free trades for everyone. But him. Okay, I just pull every single one of them. I'm not going to play anything down because I want to be able to actually, you know, trigger Elf Song next turn and then theoretically the turn after that, but I kind of hope he goes fix it up. So he might actually be an aggro deck. In which case he's going to be an aggro deck that's going to be in for a bit of a surprise. I kinda want to just Elf Song up, in which case you can just get off a reasonable trade here. Yeah. Go. Got board control. I mean, there's a part of me that's tempted just to go straight for face there, but best played safer here. This is an aggro deck. They can very quickly make things uncomfortable for you if you're not careful. Wow! I haven't seen that chat in some time. I have not. I got some bad news for him, I'm afraid. Okay, and then we deal about 12 damage in one turn. It's fun to play Forest. I don't think he's got a chance of getting back into this. My board is just too good. Too strong. There we go. Victory. So there you have it. Mid-range Forest. A bit my own blend again, though it mostly runs after that other list I mentioned. Mostly works well. And again, I feel Fairy Whisper is just a much better play there than Polar Light. You just want more fairies because it supports Elf Song, Rain, Insect Lord, Fairy Driver, and Cassiopeia. Like, it just works over better. Plus Venus, like, Fairy Whisper is just a really strong basic card for Forestcraft. Like, I don't feel like you can sort of get away with it not having it there. Unless you're maybe some kind of specific type of aggro deck. But overall, as you can see there, strong, flexible, able to put down a lot of threats, able to spiral out of control very early, so it can also play a very aggressive game, but it can also play the control game, and it's got strong finish in the form of Jungle Warden if it has to, plus Fashionista and Ultra. Can also allow it to respond to a series of threats where they need to. Like, it's like Forestcraft has so much strength and flexibility right now. I'm still surprised they're not the, you know, deck everyone's playing, because they're pretty strong if you know how to play them. They're pretty strong simply because they have so many choices, so many decisions they can make, and it allows them to, in many cases, just, you know, blow a lot of the decks fast out of the water. But overall, pretty fun, and this version is slightly cheaper, though you might notice it still runs a bunch of golds, but by swapping in this one, which it did, it does run less golds, and it doesn't run a lot of legendaries either. In theory, you could probably get away with replacing Cassiopeia with, say, Fairy Saber, in which case you get more of a tempo deck, probably, but you could still sort of call it mid-range with a bit of goodwill. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, and if you like to do feel free to maybe throw in $1 or $2, donate. Links in the video description for that. But anyways, you're all a wonderful audience. See you all in another 2 days' time for another video. Cheers.